When you say somebody that is the DG should also act as a minister, you are to belittle that ministry, that institution, and that is not going to go well in the long run. So when you look at it holistically, I think, and I stand to be corrected again, that we need a minister to stand in, to be able to direct the affairs, but we need technocrats, not just bringing in anybody to come into the sporting sector.
I know, Jide, you want to come in. But before you come in, I want to pick something from what he said and then maybe throw the floor open. He did say here that the Minister of Sport is so important in terms of foreign exchange earning. Apart from oil, probably, and maybe, I think it is even above Nollywood. The next thing that gives us so much foreign exchange is sport. Our footballers out there earning money and taking care of their living.
Ken, the question is, that foreign earnings, does it depend on having a Minister of Sports?
Ask him.
It does not in any way. It depends. It depends on the NSC.
It depends.
It depends on the NSC.
It depends.
How does it depend?
It depends. The reason why it depends is that,
just tell me one thing that why it depends on getting a Minister of Sports.
You get a Minister of Sports because you want.
No. Why a Minister of Sports is important to that foreign exchange earnings of sports? How does it matter?
It
if
matters.
we have a Minister of Sports?
It matters.
How?
If you have a Minister of Sports,
how?
He should be able to stand in and oversee.
But Mr. Balogun, we know that over the years, what we have had in Nigeria has been ministers of football, not ministers
That is
of
the
sports.
orientation I'm talking about.
And that is why it's going to continue.
That's the orientation.
As
it's
long
not going
as
to continue.
Politics,
something that you're allowed to continue is something that you don't want to change. We are saying we are in the era of change, but the thing must be done properly. You need a thoroughbred, somebody who is vast in all areas.
But
not just
how is that thoroughbred
going
to come out from this political atmosphere that we have?
There's no political atmosphere. Don't mix sports with politics.
We have to.
The
president got there by politics.
Politics.
So, okay, I take it from there because probably I wish we had him also on tape because the Director General himself, who is Alsan Yakut.
On acting capacity.
Yeah, okay, the acting, yes. Did say a few years back that he has worked with about 7 or 8 ministers, and 70%, I'm sorry, 70% keep on recurring, of them are politicians. So if they are politicians, are they technocrats? Okay.
And because
even amongst the politicians,
that's agree with what he's saying.
Even amongst the politicians,
which is very important.
Okay.
And I pick on that.
Okay.
Sports is not something that should be politicized. And as long as we continue to have a minister of sports, there will be politics in it. It's the truth. Okay. We are in Nigeria, you cannot divorce that.
But can I ask you this?
You cannot divorce that.
Okay, go on.
You know that as how many NSC director generals we've ever had, they've never put a politician there.
Okay, so I ask you this. I ask you, if you have a minister of sport, it will be politicized. If you have a minister of education, will it be politicized? If you have a minister of communication, will it be politicized? If you have a minister of petroleum, will it be politicized? So if all of them are going to be politicized, what is it?
You know, there's a focus when you say communication.
Yes.
It does not have so many branches. When you say sports, there are so many branches. And that is where the problem starts from.
All right. When you say sport, there are so many branches.
We're talking.
It is not specialized.
Ken, let me just add this.
Yeah.
They just finished FINA.
Yes.
World Swimming Championship finished on Sunday.
Definitely.
Has anything been said why Nigeria was
not Nigerian?
And there was
South Africa.
There was a swimmer from Myanmar.
Now you don't have a minister. Is it the problem of the minister?
It's the NSC.
That's what we are talking about.
All right, let's come to you now. We want to open the lines early. Want to be part of this, especially those who are knowledgeable or those who feel so hard about this. Should the president scrap the Ministry of Sports? Or do you think that yet he should be upgraded, have a minister of his own, and like Tunji said, a technocrat, or following Jide, probably because we're having so many politicians handling there, do we need, how important is the Minister of Sport? I go back to Jide. Jide, it's been said that sport is that binding, that thing that binds us together. We remove politics divide us.
No,
now one of the things that binds us together.
Correction.
Yes.
It is football. Those are sports.
Okay, football is part of the same sport.
It's football.
It's number one sport.
But we have had ministers of football.
No, when Okabade was running, we all stood there, and so
we stood there for 10 seconds.
All right, so if you know, de-emphasize football or emphasize it based on that, instead of putting us together, if you don't have a minister who could say, fine, this football is that uniting.
The basic example I will give you is this.
Yes.
Of the 36 federations that states
I was coming to that.
Yeah.
How many states have you heard them say they have the Oyo State team that is hockey, but you know 3SC? That is the politics.
You heard him, he's talking to you.
That is the politics because the commissioner of sports in Oyo State is the commissioner of football.
That is the challenge. It's something.
So how do you want to do it?
See, the problem now is when
you have 36 challenges.
Let me talk. I allowed you. See, the situation now is when you say it's a problem of the minister or somebody that is coming as a minister, it is not. Now the problem is the structure and institution on itself as well. Even if the minister comes, if he comes with the structure and the foundation is faulty,
the NSC Director General
negatively.
The NSC Director General by constitution should have a cabinet minister as his Director General. That's what is in the law. So why do you want to have a Director General and have a Minister of Sports?
So what is the Director General doing at the moment?
He can't do anything.
Export. It's something when you look at it, it's an institution that you must not, you shouldn't just sweep under the carpet. Just like that.
All right, gentlemen, can we take some of the tweets now? I would want to read them out here, a few of them while the show comes on. Keep on sending your tweets at Ken Ochonogo at channels_sports, and then we'll retweet you at Channels TV. You follow us. Hefisba, that is at Analysts legend, he says, no, we do not need one. Eddie Akadu, he said, Nigeria will only have Minister of Football. Okay, Yinka Nkitma, he said, who takes charge if you don't have a Minister of Sport? Yusuf Amos says no. And then Lalaya Sheyi Solomon says, what for when we have NSC? When the NSC is there.
If we have to have a Minister of Sport, if we have to have a Ministry of Sports,
yes, so there must be a condition.
Let them scrap the NSC. And then the Minister of Sports, like Tunji said, let them bring a technocrat there. As we have it now, there's a technocrat heading the NSC, but is hampered by the Ministry of Sports.
So are you supporting what he's saying?
That's the problem. Because there's a duplication of activities, it's being hampered.
That's the contradictions now, for now. And I think the best way we can do all of these things now is that we need to revisit some of those things that constituted the body we have now. So it has nothing to do with the question of whether the minister will come in or minister is not coming in.
The
minister can come in, and there's no negotiating with that.
That's supposed to be the most important body of sports in Nigeria, the NIS. And the NIS is constituted under the NSC.
Okay, I want to ask Tunji, if you don't want them to scrap the Minister of Sport, let's assume the president wants to merge it. Or do you want it to stand on its own, or it can merge to other minister, making where with the minister of Sport will not be head of that thing, or how?
No. I think what he's saying now is the NSC is the major issue that we are talking about now. If
you have the National Sports Commission,
you have the National Sports Commission, and also the ministry is there. I think the most important thing we need to do now is whether we want to harmonize, or you want to scrap one, or you want to push it aside. It's a different ballgame. But I'm saying again, it has nothing to do with
the Ministry of Sports. Does the Ministry of Sports stand alone?
But gentlemen, does
it stand alone?
No,
it doesn't stand alone.
Even if it doesn't stand alone.
Hello, Tunji. The last time we checked, we have the Minister of Sport and
Chairman.
Yes. So I think there's a duplication.
Thank you.
Always acted as chairman.
He's the chairman.
No, but
so there's no need for it.
It's not duplication.
Let us have a chairman of the NSC. Call him a chairman.
And not minister.
In the act, we know he's a cabinet minister.
No, it's
a simple thing now.
No. From what you told us,
then you relegated yourself.
Does he remain as chairman of
NSC? Because why not look at it from the angle of education as well, from the angle of health, from the angle of other sectors like that? Why sports? You see, when you look at it,
how many branches does health have? How many branches does health have?
It has various branches as well.
Tell me too.
We have a lot of.
We have close to 30 sports.
We have the housing. We have
30 sports. 30
housing corporation. We have a minister of housing. We have a lot of that.
But it's one focus. We know it's housing.
Okay. Now, no.
So if you put a political president that the only political sport that we have in Nigeria is football.
What about when a Minister of Works takes charge of both the Minister of Works and Minister of Transport?
It's works. It's engineering. Everything runs through it.
But different
then sectors, you bring in an engineering to handle.
It doesn't matter. That's why.
That's where the problem.
The problem is you. You can handle the Ministry of Education. Why? Because I know your capability.
All right, Chooks is on the line. Hello, Chooks. Good afternoon, Chooks.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.